Hey everyone. Okay, so I have a pretty big haul for you guys today. Everything was free because one thing I won and then the rest were library items. So I will talk about the thing that I won first. Malinka over at MalinkaReads very sweetly did a Valentine's Day book giveaway because she just did this video where she was like, Valentine's Day, the month before it or whatever, is always all these commercials advertising like, oh, buy this for your boyfriend or buy this for your girlfriend, and everything is so focused on couples. And she said that she wanted to do something for the single people, or, just all of her viewers in general, but, just something that would be also fun for single people, which was very sweet, because I, for one, have never had a significant other on Valentine's Day. Which, I kind of like it that I haven't, because then I feel like there's so much pressure, to, have dates and stuff on Valentine's Day, or, get your date something nice or whatever, so I usually just spend Valentine's Day watching, my favorite romantic movies, and as an excuse to have chocolate, which is fine with me, so, but yeah, this was just, a really sweet idea of hers, and the only... the conditions were, you had to like the video and be subscribed to her channel, and the book had to be under a certain amount, and I think it was, she was going to get it from Book Depository, which was great. And luckily, earlier that day, I had seen... It was either earlier that day or, right after I found out that I won. I saw a video from List Obsessed Reader, talking about how the VMC Designer Edition of My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier had come back into stock on Book Depository. So when I saw that she had ordered it, I freaked out, and I went on Book Depository to check that it was still there, and it was. And I converted the US dollars to euros to make sure that it was within the price range, and it was, and I was so excited. I immediately messaged Malinka and I was like, please can I have this one? And she was like, of course. So it was so sweet. And I messaged her the other day on Goodreads to tell her that it had arrived safely. And I mean, just look at this. This is gorgeous. So Malinka, thank you so much. I'm so excited to get to this. And that was just such a sweet thing for you to do this giveaway. And I will link her channel, or not link it because I'm apparently still really bad at links, but I will tell you guys what her channel is down below in the description. So yes, I'm super excited about this one. And this one and Frenchman's Creek by Daphne du Maurier are actually the two VMC Designer Editions that I'm really interested in. So at some point I'll get Frenchman's Creek, but that's the one that was that one's been in stock continually on Book Depository. But this one, went out of stock for a year, so I was afraid it was never coming back. So when I found out it was, I was so excited. But yeah, it's so pretty. And, I'm very excited because, the thing about reading Rebecca, I read Rebecca a few years ago, and I think I put a review up on this channel, or at least talked about it. I didn't finish it, because the thing is, the writing was beautiful, and I loved it so much, but the story itself, to me, was way, way too close to Jane Eyre. At that point, I hadn't read Jane Eyre yet, but I had seen so many different adaptations from the time when I was 10 years old that I knew the story really well, and there were way too many similarities, in my opinion. It really just seemed like she was trying to rewrite Jane Eyre, but with a much weaker main heroine, which really... I don't know, it bugged me, and I'm really sorry for people who like Rebecca, because most people who read it love it, which is totally cool. I know that there's always classics that some people will love and some people won't, and for me, I just didn't really get on with the story, but I loved the writing so much that I knew I had to try other things of du Maurier's, and this and Frenchman's Creek are the two that sounded the best to me. I was also interested in Jamaica Inn until I saw the miniseries, and I was like, oh man, that sounds too depressing for me. It was incredibly depressing, so it was a very well-written, yeah, well, I can't say it was well written because I haven't read it, but it was very a very well done story, but it was too depressing for my taste. But yeah, so this one and Frenchman's Creek I'm really looking forward to. So thank you, Malinka, and I will, again, link her channel, or, whatever, put it in the description. Okay, now for all the library ones, and I'm going to talk about my 2 favorite things last. So I'll talk about these other things first. One of the only 2 books I got was Oliver Twist by Dickens, and I got this because I am doing a buddy read with Katie from Books and Things. And we're probably doing this more towards the end of the month because I haven't even finished Pickwick Papers yet. Yeah, I'm reading a lot of Dickens in 1 month. Well, just 2 things, but that's still a significant amount. And I will also be getting the audiobook at some point, and I really want to watch the miniseries after that because I didn't know until Katie did her Oliver Twist video that there's an adaptation of Oliver Twist where Tom Hardy plays Bill Sikes, and that just makes my heart happy because I love pretty much every role he's done, even the characters of his that I don't like. I love Tom Hardy's acting as them. Like in Revenant, I hated his character in Revenant, but he did such a good job that I was really upset he didn't get Best Supporting Actor. Although Mark Rylance was wonderful in Bridge of Spies, so he also deserved it. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yes, that's what I will be doing towards the end of the month. And then I got a bunch of movies and TV series. I got Song of Lunch, which I think is set in Paris based on the fact that the Eiffel Tower is in the background. But this stars Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson, and I don't know if they're supposed to be married in this or not, but, or if they're just supposed to be friends, but basically, when actors pass away, I usually can't watch stuff that they're in for a long time. Like, it takes me months to start watching their films and TV shows again. But with Alan Rickman, I've actually had the opposite, thing happen. I've wanted to watch everything that he's in, that he's ever done, that I haven't seen, and even rewatch the things that I have. Like, I watched, Harry Potter when the Harry Potter Marathon was on, this past weekend, and yeah, I don't know, I guess it's just because I miss him so much as an actor that I'm like, I have to see everything that you're in all over again. And I haven't seen this one, and I've been I've been meaning to see it for quite a while. Sorry, I'm talking so fast that I'm like stumbling over my words. But I also really love Emma Thompson, and I love when they do stuff together, so very excited for this. And then I got Stargate Atlantis Season 5, because I have seen everything. I've even seen a few episodes into Season 5, like I've seen all of the first 4 seasons and then a few episodes of this on Amazon Prime, but then when my Prime subscription got canceled, or I basically didn't have the funds to renew it at the time, so I just, I'll probably renew it again later. But for now, I really wanted to see the end of this, and I found out my library had all 5 seasons, so I was like, oh, I need to do that. So I'm going to start the season over again and finish this, and then I might actually go back to the beginning and start season 1 and go all the way through again. So yeah, I started watching this show because of Jason Momoa, who plays Ronan, and now, luckily, I love this show on its own. Actually, the same thing happened for Stargate Universe. I started watching it because of Robert Carlyle, and I completely love it as is. Like, I fell in love with the show as it was, although I do have to say this is much better. So, yeah. And then I got The Crimson Field, because I missed this when this was airing on PBS, and luckily the DVD is out now, and my library had it. It is about World War I and the nurses and doctors who were helping soldiers, and then also, I guess, about some of the soldiers as well. And this one in the middle actually plays Molesley on Downton Abbey, or played mostly on Downton Abbey, because that show is over now, unfortunately. And last night was the premiere of the final episode, or it was, I guess, it was the finale, of the whole show in the US, and my mom is taking it a lot harder than I am. I love the show and I'll miss it, but I'm very glad that they didn't go on for so long that they started having to do filler things. Because I don't like it when shows do that, where they go on for so long that there are certain seasons that are literally just filler. I thought it was a really great ending, but yeah, she is really missing it, so hopefully if I tell her that this guy is in this, maybe she'll want to watch it with me, and then that'll be a gradual, like, she won't be as sad that Downton is over, hopefully. And then I got one that I'm very excited about. This is You and Me and Them, and it's basically, it's got Anthony Head and Eve Miles, and I guess it looks like Lindsay Duncan, and it's basically about a 50 or 60-year-old guy who is divorced, I think, and he falls in love with a, like, 30 or 35-year-old woman, played by Eve Miles, and they genuinely fall in love with each other, but their families both have issues with it. Like, his whole family thinks that she's, like, a gold digger, and her family thinks that, you know, he's gonna drop dead any day or something, I don't know, and then his ex-wife is having issues with it, and at least I think, like, that's the vibe that I got about this series from the, commercial that I saw on another BBC series. So, and I really like all three of these actors, so, it'll be really good, and it looks great, so very excited about this. And I'm excited to see Anthony Head in something where he's not evil, because I used to watch him on Buffy all the time, and I loved Giles's character, or I loved his character Giles on Buffy. But then recently, the two things that I've seen him in are Merlin and Persuasion, and he is so evil in both of those. So I'm very excited to see him in something where he's a good guy again. The next thing is Cake with Jennifer Aniston, which I think she's got, like, some mental health issues or something going on. It's, it says, Cake takes us into the darkly funny world of Claire Bennett, played by Jennifer Aniston, who initiates a dubious relationship with a widower, played by Sam Worthington, love him, and her too, while confronting fantastical hallucinations of his dead wife, played by Anna Kendrick, also really like her, with her feisty housekeeper come caretaker, Adriana Bereza. See, I've heard that name, but I don't know why. Ever at her side, Claire searches for human connection and self-forgiveness in this tale of personal redemption. So that just sounds awesome, and apparently it's gotten really good reviews. And then we have What If with Daniel Radcliffe and Zoe Kazan. I basically just got this because of Daniel Radcliffe, and, or Radcliffe, and the only thing I've seen Zoe Kazan in is Ruby Sparks, and I'm one of the few people, I think, who just didn't get on that well with that movie. So I'm hoping that if I see her in this, I will end up, like, thinking that she's a really good actress, because at this point, since I've only seen her in one thing, I can't tell if it was her character I didn't like or her acting style. But hopefully I will like this, because it basically is like, it seems like When Harry Met Sally for the 21st century. So, yep. And then we have The Lunchbox, which is a foreign film, I believe, set in India. And this, I was really excited about as soon as I saw the preview for it. And it, I think it's about a guy accidentally getting his lunch mixed up with this woman's lunch for this, like, lunchbox service thing, and it has a message in it, and he reads the message, and somehow these two get in contact with each other, and they end up writing notes back and forth to each other in their lunches that come through this lunch delivery service, and they basically develop a relationship that changes their lives, even though they've never met in person. So, it just sounds wonderful, and I've seen the main guy, Irfan Khan, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I've seen him in other things, so hopefully I will love this. And then we have Cold Comfort Farm, which is the film based on the Stella Gibbons book, and I'm reading the book hopefully sometime this month. I know I just put up my current and upcoming reads, and Cold Comfort Farm was not on the list, but then when I realized I was getting this from the library, I really needed to go ahead and read it, so I'll try to squeeze it in somewhere. But the cast is amazing. It has Kate Beckinsale and Rufus Sewell, and I think maybe Stephen Fry and also Hugh Laurie, but maybe not. And it has some other really good people in it that I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on right now. And Joanna Lumley is in it. So I'm very excited about this one. And I might be getting that wrong about Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie both being in it. It might just be Stephen Fry and then somebody else that I know of. And then my last two things that I'm incredibly excited for. Oh gosh, okay. Sorry, there's a plane. I think I mentioned to you guys in my current reads and upcoming reads, this Sweet Frances by Irene Nemirovsky, or Irene, I don't know, Irene, but anyway, this is a book that she wrote during World War II. Unfortunately, she was killed in 1942 because she was Jewish, and she actually converted to Catholicism and converted both her children to Catholicism, but somehow it was still found out that she was of Jewish heritage, and she was sent to Auschwitz in 1942 and was killed there. But before that happened, she started writing a 5-part, I don't know if it was supposed to be all 5 parts as one book, or if each one was supposed to be an individual book as a series, but she started writing these, and she got through 2 of the 5 parts, and the first part, according to a different review that I watched where I found out most of this information, I think the first part is actually just about her and her family and their experiences during this time. And then the second part is the part I think that's called Sweet Frances, and it's about the German occupation of France, and about a German soldier falling in love with a French woman who I think is married. And I got this book because Matthias Skonartz, this dude right here, beautiful man. But anyway, I started watching his movies. The first thing I saw him in was Far From That in Crowd, and I didn't watch that because he was in it. I just watched it, and it was the first thing I saw him in. So then I wanted to watch everything he was in because he did such a good job. And so I found out that he was in this film that is actually already out in other countries, but it's not coming out in the US until later this year. So I wanted to have time to read the book first. So this is on my list for either this month or next month. And that way I can watch the film. And also I think Michelle Williams plays the French woman in the film, so that'll be really cool. And then the other one, and the one that I am most excited for, is Rust and Bone, which has Matthias Skonartz, I don't know, somebody tell me in the description, because when I hear him pronounce his own name, it's in Dutch, and he's pronounced it in Dutch and then in English, and it sounds so much worse in English, but I don't know how to pronounce it, because I wish I was better with Dutch names, but anyway, it has him, and then Marion Cotillard, which I really like her. I've seen her in several things, mainly Inception and Batman, the third Batman film, but I've seen her in a few other things, and I really like her as an actress, so I'm excited that she's in this, and it's a French film, which automatically makes me love it, I tend, like, with my favorite foreign films, I tend to really, really like French ones, but I think it's because that's the language that I learned in high school and college. So I just can pick up on the words a lot better, and like understanding certain things about it a lot more than when I watch like a Spanish film or an Italian film or something like that. Although my favorite foreign film of all time is actually Life is Beautiful, which is Italian. But I'm very excited about this one. Okay, so that's it, and I'm sorry that this video is so long. I hope it uploads, because it's like 20 minutes long, but I just had such a huge pile of things to talk about. So let me know if you guys have seen any of these or read either of these books, or any of these 3 books, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.